That's it.
It froze.
Oh, but... And then they make a mess.
They did make a mess.
Why did they make a mess?
I don't know.
Hey, what are those over there?
Big cows.
Big cows?
Yeah, but is that the one that flooded?
Yeah, there's one way down there that flooded.
I hope they listen to you. You better say it again.
Hey, tell the cows to stay in their fence.
Stay in their fence.
I am a dad now. Do I need to say it? I ain't going nowhere. Well, I had filmed a clip at the house of moving that tractor up here to mow hay, and I think we may end up backing out. We're dilly-dallying around here trying to decide whether or not we're going to, because it looks like it's gonna rain again, but the fields have got, some places are real muddy, because it's rained almost an inch a day, it seems like, for the last week. So a whole lot of people around us have backed out of doing it. We've got a good stretch of dry, warm weather coming, but there's going to be so much moisture underneath it, I don't know if it'll dry. So instead of doing that, we've just been kind of messing around up here, and we're going to put us a radio in the tractor. Got one put in the flooded tractor just a little bit ago, and so we're going to hook this one up in here, and figured maybe somebody might need to hook up a radio and doesn't know where to get power from and that kind of thing in one of these John Deeres. So we're going to kind of go through the steps here of what we're doing. Might not be the best thing, but it's what we're doing. So for starters, the radio that we're putting in here is a Redivus RA86, but any GMRS radio like this is going to hook up pretty much the same way. So what we're going to do, we're going to mount it right here on the bottom of the radio. We're going to pull this off here, and there's some wires back in the back that we're going to tap into, and we'll show you how that works out here. So to get this off, it's got 4 screws in it, one here, 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 and here. Now on the other tractor, it was a Torx screw, and on this one it's an 8mm bolt. So I don't really know what it'll be on your tractor. Could be different. So this one is slightly different than the other tractor was, because it's got an aftermarket radio in it, and whoever did this before did a real junky job. On the other tractor there was a wiring harness here, and it was a orange and white striped wire was the power wire. Now this one, we're going to need to get a test slot and figure out which one of these is which one of these has keyed on power to it. And I'm gonna guess that it's this red and yellow wire right here, because it's got a fuse on it. I bet money that's it right there, but I'm gonna get a test light and figure that out right now. All right, so I did find which one of these wires was the keyed on power. So now we're just using some of these blue splices. Some people are going to say that's not the route to go, especially with a radio. There's all sorts of radio folks out there that want to do things the exact right way. I'm not one of those. So for us, it just needs to work. It doesn't need to talk to Japan. It doesn't need to do all these things 10,000% perfect. It just needs to work. And this is going to work. So the way that I'm doing this is we ran our power wire through one of these little grates in the radio box. And I'm just going to, I cut off our plug because we're not going to be taking this out at any point. And if we are, I'll cut the wire if I have to. But so that it looks clean, what we're doing is we're just running the wire through there. I'm going to splice the wire back together with some of these butt connectors here. And the ground that we're going to use, there is a grounding post up here. Oh, I'm losing a test light. If you look right up here, there is a bolt head right here. And that's the ground for a whole lot of stuff up here. You might be wondering how this little piece comes out right here. This little panel where your interior light is, it's just got a little clip that it goes up in there. You just pull it down and that little panel will come out and give you some extra room. I'm going to end up taking this off too, and to get this off you've got to take that piece out. That's why I went ahead and did that too. Real quick though, I am going to make sure that our wiring works. So I'm going to splice this wire back together, run my ground here. I've just got one of these little deals on the spliced onto the end of it. I'll hook that ground up. I will put, so the way that these little blue things work, this is what we've got here. This is just off of Amazon. This is a T-tap connector. Now some of the ones that I've used in the past don't work quite like these. Let me just get one out of here and show you how these work. So these, it looks like this. The way that it works, you just find what wire you want to use. You fold this over the wire like that, and it kind of clips closed. And whenever it does that, it's going to take power from the wire that you close it around. Now the wire to the radio will have one of these on it, and it's just going to go down into the plug like this right here, and then that's going to get power to the radio. So that's what I'm going to get set up real quick, and we'll get all this buttoned back up over here and then get the radio mounted up. Alright, so we got the wires hooked up, so hopefully when we plug this in here and try to turn it on and then turn the key on, hopefully we do have power. So Josh turned the key off, and let's see if it turns off. It does turn off. So now that it's on, try to turn that back on, and it comes on. Perfect. So now that that's all working, we're going to get the mount for the radio put on the bottom of the radio box here, and then we'll shove all these wires back up in the ceiling. And well, no, before we do that, we got to take this side panel off over here. this side piece we're going to take off and run the coax for this little antenna that comes with the radio. It's just a little magnetic antenna. I'll show you where we're going to stick that, and we're going to hide the wires for that behind this panel here. So we'll get this piece mounted up over here so that that's out of the way and we don't have to sit here and hold it, and then we'll move on to the coax. So we have started battle number 2 of the day with these little push pins that John Deere uses. So if you look in the center of that, there's a little black circle, and there's a pin that you have to push the pin in, and then take a prying tool like this and then pry the big gray part out. But what we ran into on the other tractor, we had 2 different problems. Problem number 1 was you've got to kind of keep pushing on that pin as you pry this out, and we ended up breaking 2 on the other tractor. And then we just ran into another issue on this one where down here we were trying to push the pin in to pry it out, and the pin just pushed all the way through and into this panel, and now it's gone. So as you can tell, someone else has been in here before, done this same thing, and they broke one as well because it's missing one. That tractor was missing 2 before we started too. So just keep that in mind, that you're probably going to have to buy some more of those clips, like we're going to have to if you take these out, because you're either going to break them or lose the pin one. Let's see here. Try to push it in a little bit more. Shoot. Well, broke another one. I'm just going to push that the rest of the way through, and we'll just have to buy another one. We'll about as well buy a 20 pack, because and then this one looks like it's going to try and come right out.
Okay, too.
Yep.
They don't like to come out.
Yeah. Well, we sufficiently broke every single one of those trying to get that off. So we're definitely going to have to go to the Amazon and find some more like that, or like Josh has been saying, get some of that's the other style, like on a lot of side-by-sides and things like that. So these plugs here need to come out, and luckily they're not a problem. It's just a little plug like you see here that goes in those holes. I'm not sure what goes there. I think maybe they make some mounts that go in these holes maybe. But now it should, except we got to push these broken pieces that we've got. Those are going to have to be pushed in. Might be better off doing it once we get it out of there. There we go. So it just pulls out, and then it has to slide up to come off. And you can set that to the side. So you can kind of see here where one of those is broken off. There's another one that we broke. We might take some pliers or something and get that. There's another one. We'll have to get that out of there so we can put a new one in its place. Yep, you can kind of see here the top just kind of breaks right off, and it's old brittle plastic too. So But now, what we're going to do with this antenna, what we did on the other tractor and what I'm going to do on this one is right back here behind, whoops, I dropped it on the floor. Behind this brown plastic is a metal frame. And on the other one, I put it right here on this metal frame actually. I'm going to do that on this one too. Just kind of right here in the corner. It'll stick on the metal just like that. And it's not going to really be in the way. Shouldn't be. Whenever the window closes, nothing's really hitting anything. And I'm going to run this little thin coax behind this brown plastic and around the side of the window there, and then come up this channel with it up into here, and that'll be a nice easy way to run it. Now if you get one of these radios or the Midlands, either one, both of them come with these little magnetic antennas, and they give you a ton of coax for it. So what I did on the other one, the other tractor, is in this little cone channel here, I just stuck that extra coax down in that cone and then ran the rest up through the top. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright, so we're trying to get this panel put back up here. There we go. So really and truthfully, the only thing that's going to hold that panel up now is going to be these plugs, because all of the side ones broke, which they shouldn't come down. Plus up here, this other this other piece that Josh has got down here, that's going to hold it up too until we get some pieces, which if you haven't watched the last video, this tractor is messed up. Well, both tractors are messed up, but we've got some more news on this one that we'll save for another video. This one's going to be a little bit longer process to get going. That one, the parts are ordered and it should be up and running in the next month or something, but this one got some bigger issues going on that we're going to get sorted out. So now I've got my coax ran over here. I'm going to now get this mounted on here, get this pulled up, and this will be done here in just a couple minutes. That is attached and wired up, and the cable is attached. Everything's ready. We're going to plug up the microphone here, and in theory, Josh hit a key down there. In theory, this should come on now, and it does. Very good. So we did make the call to not mow hay today. It is starting to rain as we speak. So looks like this is about it.
Radio check, can you hear me?
Sure can. Does it work?
10-4.
Sweet. Alright, so now we're going to figure out a place where we want to mount this microphone. On the other tractor we mounted it right here. It had just kind of like a little peel and stick deal that stuck it on there. This one is going to have to take screws but it is raining now, and it's going to get harder here in just a second. We've got tools out and all sorts of stuff, so I'm going to go get that put up first so stuff doesn't get soaked. Well, we did get that wrapped up, so that's how it looks on this one, and that's essentially the exact same thing we did on the other tractor too. I'll show you it. It's essentially the same radio. Midland really pushes their radios for agriculture, and they should, because they're great little radios. That's what's in here. The only reason that one over there is not is because they're a whole lot cheaper. This one is MXT 115 is the type of radio this one is. But it's set up the exact same way as the other one in the other tractor. But this tractor is going to be getting a clutch here in the next month, and that tractor is going to need some fuel things done. We're still waiting to fully figure out what the issue is, but it sounds expensive, but we'll get it fixed. But there, a little while ago, the visitor we had, that was Mr. Judson, and his dad is loaning us a tractor to bale with, so I'll show you that on the way out. That's going to be nice, because either one of these two is going to be our baling tractor. We do have the old farm tractor over here that'll do it as well, but we got to take that loader off to be able to use it. And so he said, you know what, I'll just bring you one up there and let you use it. So it's pretty sweet. It's like a 115 horse 6000 series tractor, so that's a giant upgrade compared to the size that we're used to. But anyways, we're not going to mow. It's raining as we speak, more rain coming, and as you can tell from the road, it's rained pretty much every day for what feels like the last month. It's just too wet. So we're gonna, like Josh just said, just wipe our hands clean from it and just tell ourselves we're not gonna do it until we get back from the beach. So this coming week is gonna be gorgeous. It's gonna be almost 80 degrees on Thursday, but then the next week is more rain. So then the next week is gonna be when we're gonna be going out of town. So I guess when we come back, we'll do as we always do, which we hardly ever, I don't know if we've ever really mowed much before we've gone to the beach. So it is what it is. But we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully we'll be getting into something productive. We've got lots of stuff to mow, lots of fence to build. We've got the lot that we're still trying to get put together too. So lots of things going on. We'll see you in a few days.